certified financial planner and president of the Shakiba Group, Trevor Shakiba. Hello, Trevor.
How are you?
Good. How are you?
Doing well.
So let's talk about how the markets have reacted today in light of what happened in Vegas.
Yeah, you know, it's always difficult to talk about the economy and markets in light of a tragic event like last night. But typically uncertainty is going to really upset the markets. But that goes into my first point, which is trying to time the market as a loser's game. Because you would look at the events of last night and think, wow, the market's going to drop. It's actually up 125 points, and that seems to be counterintuitive.
Sure is.
And stocks, especially tied to gun manufacturing, those went up. Casino stocks, I understand, are down.
Yeah, so that, you know, that obviously makes sense. Gun stocks are up. People are worried about they're not going to be able to buy guns. Casino stocks are probably going to be affected because they're going to be potentially off the grid for a while in Las Vegas. But what I would recommend there is try not to get into the individual components of it. Trying to time the market is going to be very, very difficult. And typically long term, if you do that too much, you're going to lose.
Yeah,
okay.
It's a dangerous game.
I can't even imagine all the people right now in Vegas and the Strip, and there's no business, right?
Yeah,
absolutely. I mean, time is money on the Strip.
Yeah, that's why it's affected those stocks so much. But again, if you think more holistically, the market overall, surprisingly, it's actually up considerably today.
Let's talk about a correction, because there's always talk about a correction, right? Oh, a correction is coming, or these rumors. What do you make of all of this? Is a correction coming?
Well, the answer to that is absolutely yes, but I have no idea when, nor does anybody else.
You're not a psychic.
The reason,
Wish you were.
Yeah, the reason I can say that with confidence, though, is because historically, if you go back to 1980, we've had a correction almost every 15 months of about 14 or 15%. So historically, we know what's going to happen, right? It's good, it's healthy. When the market just goes up, 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 and up, and it never corrects, that's when you have a recession or a major correction. So just to give the viewers a little bit of an idea, correction is just a 10% pullback or more, so this isn't anything to panic about.
Okay, so not to panic.
Right, and that goes into my third point.
Right.
Never, never panic. You don't want to make decisions in life, specifically investment decisions, based on emotion. And so what I always like to tell clients is you want to think like an investor, like a great investor like Warren Buffett. And what he says is he wants to be greedy when others are fearful, and fearful when others are greedy, which goes right to that point. Don't panic.
Okay, and have a plan, right?
Right, and I always say this, Derek knows it, I'm a financial planner, so I like to tell folks, look, have a long-term financial plan. And if you're thinking about your retirement, right, your financial independence, education planning for the kids, you're looking long-term and not focused so much on the day-to-day, the market noise, which can really affect you emotionally.
Trevor, one of your tips is also to pay attention to the things that matter.
Right.
What do you mean by that?
So what matters is, and what's going to move the market is the fundamentals of the economy and earnings. Earnings move the market up or down long term, okay? If you get caught up in all the different things that are going on day to day on Twitter or politics, you're going to drive yourself insane. What a lot of people don't know is that the economy over the last year, and earnings in particular, have been very good, and that's why the market has done very well over the last 12 months.
Well, we want it to do better.
2020. We do want it to be better. If only we had invested a year ago.
Yeah.
Trevor Shakiba, thank you so much for stopping by. We always appreciate your tips. And if you all would like more information or to start investing with Trevor and the Shakiba Group, just visit their website, theshakibagroup.com.
All right. Thanks, Trevor. When we come back, Life Smiles Houston is helping victims of domestic abuse by bringing their smiles back. More after.